Hey everybody, Star 6 Wars 1 here, and today I've decided to remake an old list of mine, my top 30 favorite anime openings. The reason I'm remaking this countdown is my opinion on anime openings is constantly changing. One day my number 2 could be my number 5, the very next day, or my number 25 could not be on the list entirely. As I see more anime, I see more openings, and it changes my list quite a bit. And as a result, the list I made over a year ago is horribly outdated, and I bet in a year's time, this list will also become outdated. This is also why I don't do too many countdowns anymore. However, despite that, I did want to remake the list, so here we are. The only other thing to note is something to limit myself, as I'm only picking openings from anime I've seen, as I kind of want to bring down the number from 40 to 30, and to stop myself from including openings that I barely listen to. With all that said, let's begin. Number 30, Parasite's opening. I'm not gonna lie, this is a guilty pleasure choice. The visuals itself are well done and enjoyable. However, what ultimately makes this a guilty pleasure opening for me is the auto-tune and the vocals. They are not very good, to be honest. The auto-tune is poorly used and weakens the opening's effect, and the vocals don't really help the effect either, with barely understandable English for a good chunk of it, and unneeded and poorly done screamo. But despite the obvious problems, I somehow still managed to enjoy the opening. Number 29, Clannad After Stories opening. Since making my original list, my tastes in openings has changed a lot. That is no more apparent than with Clannad After Stories opening. Clannad After Stories opening has great visuals towards it and has a really nice singing for me, though it's an opening that I don't listen to a lot, and I have to be in a certain mood to enjoy it to its fullest. Hence why it's so much lower than it was before. It's a great opening, but I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. Number 28, Little Busters opening 1. Very much like Clannad After Stories opening, I really like the visuals and singing for this opening. However, also like Clannad After Stories opening, I have to be in a certain mood to really enjoy Little Busters' first opening to its fullest. However, it's not as bad with this opening, maybe because of the more upbeat tone of the opening. But I do enjoy the opening quite a bit when I'm in the mood for it. Number 27, Madoka Magica's opening. Man, I really like this opening despite its problems, which admittedly, like Parasite's opening, are kind of obvious. The visuals are very deceiving and don't really fit the series at all. However, what redeems the opening for me is the song, which seems much more fitting to the show when you read up the lyrics to it. I'd probably call the opening in general, though, another guilty pleasure, but I do honestly enjoy it. Number 26, Berserk's opening. Out of all my guilty pleasures, this is the biggest of them. While the visual aspect is really nice for the time, what makes this a guilty pleasure is easily the song. It's sung in really bad English, though more understandable than Parasite's opening, sadly. And the lyrics don't match the anime whatsoever. It's one of the most bizarrely entertaining openings I listen to, and I love it for that reason. Number 25, Death Parade's opening. Speaking of horribly unfitting openings, comes Death Parade's opening. The visuals don't fit the anime at all and left a lot of people confused as to why this opening was made. Though, oddly, reading the lyrics, they are oddly fitting for the show. A lot of the time, I have a ball with this opening. So why is it so low? Because I hate Death Parade. And listening to the opening, while fun listening to it, does leave me with a sour taste I got from the show after I'm done listening to it. Despite my hatred for the show, I'll still give its opening some credit, though not enough to get any higher. Number 24, Attack on Titan Opening 2. For those that watched my original list, this may come as a huge surprise, as in that list, I put Attack on Titan Opening 1 as my favorite opening, period. But times have changed, and my hype for the opening has long since died down, and it's no longer in my list, period. Replacing it is the second opening for Attack on Titan, which I honestly think is better. I love the visual aspect to this opening as much as the first, and the song I enjoy a lot more here than in the first opening. I've only grown more fond of this opening as time has gone on, and I really enjoy it. Number 23, Steins Gate's opening. Much like Attack on Titan's first opening, the hype I had for Steins Gate's opening has long since died down. However, unlike Attack on Titan's first opening, I still have quite a fondness towards this opening. Just not the same as I did originally. The visual aspect is really good, and the song is addicting to listen to. While it's considerably lower than before, I still love the opening. Number 22, Fate Zero Opening 2. Again, like number 23 and Attack on Titan's first opening, my hype for Fate Zero's second opening has long died out. But also like Steins Gate's opening, I'm still quite fond of this opening. I like the visual aspect of it, and I absolutely love its very fitting song for Fate Zero. I love this opening, no two ways about it. Number 21, 11 Eyes' opening. Another opening in which its hype has died down since my original list. Also, like Death Parade's opening, my current opinion of 11 Eyes has affected its opening. I'm not as fond of 11 Eyes as I was a year ago. However, I still love its opening. It gives me the energy I got from it originally while listening to it. I really like it visually still, and the song is just great and gets my blood pumping.